When I was 14, I planned my wedding.
This one's wife. Insta won't save you. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. It was Mother's Day on Sunday in the United Kingdom, and this prompted two people to utilize their Instagram and X accounts, turning to social media. The first was Catherine, Princess of Wales, and as reported by Sky News, she said nature has been her family's sanctuary over the past year in a message to mark Mother's Day. Catherine, who last March announced she was undergoing treatment for cancer, posted the message on social media alongside a short video featuring shots of her and Prince William in Norfolk last summer. The caption accompanying the video stated, "Over the past year, nature has been our sanctuary. This Mother's Day, let us celebrate Mother Nature and recognise how our bond with the natural world can help not only nurture our inner selves, but remind us too of the role we play within the rich tapestry of life." C for Catherine. Thus, she utilises the X account of the Prince and Princess of Wales. As an empathic individual, this is simply a message that is issued by her, driven by her emotional empathy, to mark Mother's Day. It isn't about controlling people. It isn't about drawing fuel. It's simply about issuing a heartfelt message to mark Mother's Day. Straightforward. It's important to understand that a narcissist and a non-narcissist will use social media. And they can use social media sometimes for similar ways, for instance, to get across a message. But the driver behind the behaviour is what is different. Catherine's behaviour isn't because she needs to control anybody. It isn't because she needs fuel. She does it driven by her emotional empathy. Yes, it's part of receiving good publicity, but it isn't part of a facade, because this is how the Princess of Wales naturally behaves. Then let us contrast that with what this one's wife did. Now, as you know, Harry and this one's wife have received what we might describe as a bit of a shoeing this weekend at the foot of Dr. Sophie Chandauka. The capable lawyer has stuck it to the Sussexes, particularly Prince Harry, which, since he's an extension of this one's wife, means that it impacts upon her also. And it's been a bit of torrid time for them. The accusations that Dr. Sophie Chandauka has made, which appear to be credible, that have been issued in a calm and measured manner, do not speak favourably of either Harry or this one's wife. As you know, for this one's wife, this amounts to a threat to control, and she seeks to nullify this. And one way she sought to do so is, yes, by going to Instagram. But it isn't going to save her. What did she post? Well, you can see it in the thumbnail. It's an image of, I think, some kind of cheesecake, an orange or lemon cheesecake, and the caption simply says, "Our family tradition, Mothering Sunday in the United Kingdom," and then a lemon emoji. And that's it. You can't quite see it in the thumbnail that I've provided, but the one on her Instagram has presumably her hand and the hand of someone small next to her, once again triangulating with a member of the family to demonstrate that as a mother. Now, there is an argument to suggest why you bother celebrating Mother's Day, because you're not in the United Kingdom, you're in the United States. Okay, your husband is British and one of your children, to the extent that people accept that the children exist, is British. Archie, he was born in the United Kingdom. And therefore, in the circumstances, you might suggest, well, what we will do is we will celebrate both. The cynical might suggest it's unnecessary. You live in the United States. It isn't Mother's Day in the United States. Celebrate it when it is the correct day. After all, you are American, your daughter's American, and you live in the United States. It's not like you're a wholly immigrant family that's celebrating perhaps your national day from the country that you've come from. Nevertheless, this one's wife, of course, is all about hijacking the events and traits of others, and thus she does so, and attempts to deflect from what's going on by doing something domestic, covering the basis of cookery and family life with another post to Instagram. You all know, as a consequence of my work, that she's a narcissist. You all know, as a consequence of my work, that the reason that she has done this is to assert control over the audience, to nullify the threat to control posed by Dr. Chandauka's revelations. It's done to draw fuel by way of people's likes placed upon that Instagram account, and to manage her facade as a kind and caring mother. It is all performative. But that's the best that this one's wife can come up with. You have an individual that has gone on television and in a measured performance slams, and I mean slams you and your husband, makes it clear without vitriol, without an emotional or over-the-top performance, that you and your husband have been problematic in relation to the operation of this charity. And it might just be that she has opened a can of worms whereby other people are emboldened to speak, as Dr. Chandauka has done. That there are further investigations that go into the financial practices of the Sussexes. As you know, there are those that have been saying for some time that there is financial misconduct on the part of the Sussexes, that there's questionable practices with regard to where funding has come from, the use of those funds, questionable perhaps with regard to the payment of taxes and such forth. Not only could it mean that more people come forward, it also means that further scrutiny might be exacted upon the actions and activities of the Sussexes. And what's the best that this one's wife can do to try and counter all of that? Make a prepared statement? No. Appear on television herself to talk about what's been stated? No. It is to go to Instagram and put up a picture of a cheesecake. Yes. That's the extent of this one's wife's ability. Basic, rudimentary, useless, unintelligent. Instagram isn't going to save her, as I explained some time ago. Quite the contrary. It's going to prove her undoing. And indeed, here, the paucity of response to some very serious allegations, which have a dramatic impact upon both her and Harry, can only be met with an Instagram response and some cheesecake. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.